Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to have a clear analysis about the sample paper 2023-2024 released by Cbse. It is the official question paper released by Cbse. The Cbse class 12 exam paper is actually consists of three sections, section A, B and C. In this video, I am going to explain you only section A, that is reading skills, and section C, that is literature based on our textbooks. Because section B, I am going to do it as a separate video. To reduce the length of the video, I am dividing it into two parts, part 1 and part 2. So part 1 consists of reading skills, part 2 consists of writing skills. Okay. Here, let me start the video directly without any late, but before that please subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you. And then sample question paper 2023 English core, that is code number 301, class 12. The allotted marks 3 hours and the maximum marks 80 marks. I think you know our examination paper consists of 80 marks and the internal marks 20 marks. That is ALS or ASL. Generally, it can be called like that. Assessment of listening and speaking skills or assessment of speaking and listening skills, 20 marks. Yeah, directly we'll go to the video. That is section A, reading skills, 22 marks. So 22 marks in this, it is divided into two parts again. Section A, two passages are given, two unseen passages. The first unseen passage consists of 12 marks. And the second unseen passage consists of 10 marks. Okay, let us go to the video. Let us go to this passage directly. Arthur lay in his cabin still trying to piece together the events of the last few hours. He had watched his home planet of Earth be demolished to make way for a hyperspace bypass, been saved by his friend Ford, and then whisked away on a ship that was powered by an infinite improbability drive. It was all too much for him. Just then Ford stuck his head around the door. "Hey, Earthman," he said, "come and have a look at this." Arthur stumbled after him down a corridor and into the ship's control room. He gazed in amazement at the banks of controls and flashing lights. In the center of the room was a large console covered in buttons and switches, and in the middle of the console was a small white mouse. There was a small white mouse he had seen. "What's that?" asked Arthur. And then, "That's the ship's computer," said Ford. "That's the ship's computer," said Ford. And Arthur stared at the mouse. "That's a computer?" he asked. "Yup," said Ford. "Five-dimensional, biologically based, super intelligent, and in the form of a white lab mouse." Pretty neat, huh? That's the answer given by Ford when he was surprised to see a mouse in the form of a computer. And here, "I don't know," said Arthur. "I don't think I really understand anything anymore. Why is a mouse the ship's computer?" "It's a long story," said Ford, "but the short version is that the mice built the Earth as a giant computer to figure out the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. Then they ran out of money and had to destroy it to make way for a hyperspace bypass. So now they are using the heart of gold to finish the calculation." Here there are different terms like hyperspace bypass, heart of gold, okay, and mouse. So all these are actually what happened in this video. It is a sci-fi, scientific fiction. What happened? some UFOs. So here UFOs are symbolized as here Ford. The first one here you can see Arthur belongs to our humanistic character because here he called him as hey Earthman. That means he belongs to human beings, and Ford belongs to some superpower. Okay, so here something like Marvel movies. Here, these superpowers have demolished, means here damaged or almost destructed the Earth to make a hyperspace bypass. What is this hyperspace bypass? Actually, they want to travel faster than light. They want to travel faster than light. That's why they had constructed, they had demolished the Earth because it is on the way. So they want to travel through this Earth, means it has become some obstruction for them. That's why they have demolished, and they have used some boat like the Heart of Gold, and they were traveling with infinite improbability drive, means it can take them anywhere. That's the main theme. And in that Arthur was there, and then Arthur was shocked to see the computer room or the control room in the Heart of Gold. There a mouse was seen. That was not actually a mouse, it was the ship's computer. Okay, and there the ship's computer is almost like okay, giving everything, every information, singing songs, or okay, whatever you want it will do, just like a robot. Okay, but it is not an ordinary robot, 5-dimensional, biological based and super intelligent. Okay, it's not that easy. So almost like a human being it behaves. So that's why it is a lab mouse. Pretty neat, yeah, yes. But Arthur could not understand because he was normal human being. And it is long story. He told actually, it is actually once all the mice have prepared, had constructed like a giant computer, but they lost all the money. That's why they had collapsed it, and then they are using the Heart of Gold to finish the calculations. To finish the calculations here means to find out the speed. Hyperspace bypass. Hyperspace means here it is a way through which one can travel faster than light. So I think it is not possible because per second the light speed is 3 lakh kilometers. 3 lakh kilometers it can travel per second. So just in a wink of an eye it goes 3 lakh kilometers. It's not that an ordinary thing to go like that, but they are superpowers. They are trying to do that. Arthur was about to say something, but at the moment the ship's intercom crackled to life. Good evening, Heart of Gold, said a smooth computerized voice. That is Eddie, your shipboard computer. I am feeling a bit depressed today. Would you like me to sing you a song? So here there is Eddie. This is also the robo here. This Eddie, that means the mouse name is Eddie here. Okay, the mouse name is Eddie. So here this Eddie is okay, trying to say, hey, I am depressed today. Here it is humanistic characters are imposed to a robot. That is why it is given the name paranoid. Okay, in the next lines we will see that. This is Eddie, your shipboard computer. I am feeling a bit depressed today. Would you like me to sing you a song? Then it is somewhat humoristic, somewhat funny. Then Ford was telling, oh, not again, please don't sing again, I will die. Something like that. There is some fun, groaned Ford. And Eddie, would you mind shutting up? Said Arthur. Arthur said, hey, Eddie, just shut your mouth, like that he said. Arthur sighed and leaned back against the console, trying to make sense of everything. But as he closed his eyes, he heard a voice inside his head. Hello, it said. There was a voice, and Arthur jumped startled, that means surprised or shocked. Who is there? He said. It's me, said the voice. That is Marvin. It's me, Marvin, the voice told. Marvin? Said Arthur. Who is Marvin? The paranoid android, said the voice. That's what I told you. Paranoid, paranoia is almost like a human being. Here, paranoid android means a robot which is almost like human beings, said the voice. Arthur looked around, but he did not see anyone. Where are you? He said. I am down here, said the voice. Arthur looked down and saw a small metal figure shuffling across the floor. It was about 3 feet tall, with a round head and a body that looked like it had been cobbled. Cobbled means here gathered. Pieces are gathered together from spare parts. So, what is it made up of? It is cobbled together from the spare parts of something, universe or whatever it is. Its eyes were a dull red, and its voice was a monotone. Voice was monotone. I have been waiting for someone to talk to me for over 2 million years, said Marvin. Here, the Marvin is telling that I am bored, man. I have been waiting for 2 million years. So, here in future, our robots might feel just like the robo movie we have seen, like, so it also might get feelings here, boredom there, in that, okay, I'm feeling somewhat depressed in, okay, all these imply that we are going to have some powerful robots, artificial intelligence. So this is what the paragraph about. Let us go to the questions here, students. Select the option that classifies Arthur's confusion about drastic events such as the destruction of his home planet and the introduction of new technologies correctly. Here it is routine and boredom. No. So this destruction of earth and technology is not routine and boredom. Adventurous and excitement. It is not adventurous for Arthur. Loss and change is the right answer. Loss and change is the right answer. Next. So calm and relaxive, it is not relaxive. There were different things happening. So how can you say that calm and relaxive? Then second question, what is the significance of the white lab mouse in the control room of the Heart of Gold spaceship? That is, it serves as the ship's computer. So it serves as the ship's computer. It is not the captain, it is not the pet, it is not used as a scientific experiment. Okay. Next, third question. Share evidence from the text in about 40 words to support the view that the writer's writing style is descriptive and humorous. We discussed already. It is descriptive. Descriptive means here everywhere he had described. Okay, the panel, how there are buttons on the top, how that is mouse, and not only that, humorous also. I told you, right? Hey, once again, would I like to sing you a song? Then he said, no, once again, I can't bear. Something like that, Ford told, right? That is called humorous. And complete the sentence appropriately with the characteristic or its description based on the information given in the excerpt. One can infer that the mice who built the earth are very powerful, very intelligent, smart. Okay, all these are the answers. So let me go through this. Okay, key. This is the key for our question paper, which is prescribed by our Cbse board. Yeah, the fourth question. Highly intelligent. Okay, technologically advanced. All these. Indifferent to the sufferings of others beings, so they don't care for the sufferings of others because they have distracted the earth, and again they are trying to construct a hyperspace bypass. And next, let us go to this. Select the option that is similar in meaning to Ford's expression, pretty neat, huh? So when he explained the mouse, so pretty neat, huh, means easy? No. Could be worse? No, he did not say that it is worst. And the third option is impressive. The fourth option is too difficult. No, it is not too difficult. So here it is impressive. Yes, that is the main concept here. Next, sixth question. Explain in about 40 words why the name the paranoid android is considered ironic. Yes, the paranoid android is considered as ironic. Ironic means here somewhat different. So when the two contradictory ideas go side by side, okay, that is called irony. And here let me show you through the answer. Yes, the name, here it is. The name the paranoid android is ironic because it is unexpected for a robot to exhibit human-like emotions. Robo means it cannot show any kind of emotions, but here it is showing some emotions. Emotions such as paranoia. Paranoia means human-like character. Okay, it is showing the emotions. Robots are often thought of as logical and unemotional, but here these are emotional, boredom, loneliness, whereas, okay, that is what. It plays with the reader's expectations and stereotype of robots. Stereotype means here every time doing the same job, stereotype. But here these are not like that. Okay, let's go to the question paper. Right, seventh bit. In the line, a body that looked like it had been cobbled together from space parts. What comparison does the word cobbled refer to here? Here, cobbled means here cobbler. It is taken from cobble or cobbler. How a cobbler collects the leather from different parts and he does a shoe. In the same way, here this part, that means it is cobbled. Marvin is cobbled from the spare parts. Cobbled together. So that is the comparison. Okay, then how does the following impact the reader, even though they know Marvin is just an android? I have been waiting for someone to talk to me for over 2 million years, said Marvin. So this sentence, how does impact the readers? Readers will be impacted by observing this line. Means human beings definitely feel pity on this kind of statements. That is what. Let us see. The already sixth, that is the seventh we discussed, and now we'll go to the eighth one. The statement by Marvin, despite being an android, humanizes the character by evoking a sense of loneliness. We discussed already while discussing itself, while reading the para itself. Loneliness and isolation that is relatable to the reader. It also emphasizes the theme of the alienation and lack of communication between beings in the vastness of space. There is no communication, even though there are many species. That is what he tries to say. Next, going back to the question paper. Here these are given. See, the sixth question is for 2 marks. And again this eighth question is for 2 marks. Like this, only 9 questions are given, but 12 marks. How? Because 6 questions are given for a single mark, that is 1 mark, and the remaining 3 questions are given for 2 marks. Sorry, here, yes, that's it. Then read the 5 headlines that is given below. Here, humanity's journey witnessed by a depressed robo. So here, humanity's journey had been witnessed by. Here in this, I have been waiting for someone to talk to me for over 2. That's okay. That's over. Right. Sorry. Next, come to read the 5 headlines here. Humanity's journey witnessed by a depressed robo. Hitchhiking through space, a comical take on the end of the world. New study finds aliens living among us. Groundbreaking technology will soon enable time travel. Intergalactic travel via new infinite improbability drive. So among these, which are not mentioned in the paragraph, means the first one and the third one, for the first one and the fifth one, that means A and E, these are the main themes of our passage, but the remaining three are not mentioned in the passage. That is what? Identify the option that displays the headlines that do not or does not correspond. Do not correspond means only these two are the best options for the passage. The remaining three are not the correct ones. And then these are the options given here: only A, B, C, D, and only E, only A and E. Actually, not means B, C, and D. Oh, A and E are right answers actually, but here he asked wrong answers. That's what you have to understand. There ends our first paragraph, and next we'll go to the second paragraph. Here it is there was a survey. Okay, here in this survey there was a difference between the solo travelers and the group travelers. Okay, that too young adults like 18 to 25 years of age. In what matters? Independence and freedom matters. So group travelers, what they expect. And next, self-discovery or introspection. Self-discovery or introspection, that is the second point. Itinerary means route maps. And then fifth one is socializing and making new friends. Okay, and sixth one, sense of security and safety. And sixth one, shared experience and memories with others. And then pre-planned itineraries. And then exploring new cultures and trying new experiences, and relax and escape from the stresses. These are the points here he had highlighted. In these points, what is the difference between the solo travelers and group travelers? Solo travelers means the person who travels alone, and the group travelers means they travel like a group. It's like pre-planned one and everything. Then let us come to, I'll read it once for you. In recent years, there has been a surge in both group and socio travel among young adults in India. A survey conducted among young adults aged 18 to 25 aimed to explore the reasons behind their travel preferences and recorded the percentage variation for 10 common points. I told you 10 common point means independence and freedom 1 point, introspection and discovery second point, itinerary means some separate route maps, that is the again next point, and socialization and making friends, that is next point, sense of security and safety. So in these manners they have tried the survey. Then explore reasons behind their travel preferences and recorded the percentage variation of for 10 common points that influence travel choices. Among these who prefer solo travel, the most common reason cited was the desire to be independent, that is desire for independence and freedom, that is 58% of the people said this answer, followed closely by the opportunity for introspection. When you travel alone, actually you will try to discover yourself, that is the other point. 52% of people told this. Additionally, solo travelers appreciated the ability to customize their itinerary, means route maps. See, route map in the sense itinerary means here if you are going slowly you can take different paths. Okay, if you are going alone you can take different paths and it is your own choice, but it is a group, you can't take your own decisions. To their itinerary in one way is a planned journey. Okay, itinerary to their preferences 44%, and the chances to meet new people on their own terms, that is 36 people. Okay, 36 percentage. On the other hand, those who prefer group travel, so in the above passage, solo travelers preferences. In the below passage, this is group travel preferences, often cited the desire for socializing and making new friends. 61% of the people had given the answer for that as their primary reason. Group travel also provided a sense of security and safety, okay, in unfamiliar places. Here it's true. And then it is 52% and allowed for shared experiences and memories with others, 48%. Additionally, group travelers enjoyed the convenience of having pre-planned itineraries, means route maps, and organized transportation. So it is organized transportation. Group travelers almost organized transportation. They don't prefer that means on the way whatever you get, that is not possible for group travelers. That is what the preference. And here, interestingly, here it is the comparison. So first paragraph and second paragraph comparison. Interestingly, both groups had similar levels of interest in exploring new cultures and trying new experiences. In both the aspects, 40% of solo travelers and 36% for group travelers said that we can explore new cultures and trying to new experiences. And not only that, similarly, both groups valued the opportunity to relax and escape from the stress. Both groups have told that yes, we can escape from the stress because the modern world is full of war, security, fear. So I think you will see in that last lesson. Yes, of everybody life, 36% of solo travelers and 32% of group travelers. However, there were also some notable differences between the two groups. For example, solo travelers placed a higher priority on budget friendly travel options. Here solo travelers mostly prefer budget friendly, but these group travelers, they don't care for budget friendly because comfort and luxury is very important compared to group travelers for 24%. Conversely, group travelers were more likely to provide luxury and comfort during their travels, 28%, and compared to solo travelers 12%. Solo travelers just 12% they prepared for luxury and comfort, but here 28% of group travelers prefer luxury and comfort. Mostly they prefer, solo travelers prefer budget friendly. Yes, overall the survey suggests that both group and solo travel have their own unique advantages and appeal to different individuals based on their preferences and priorities. That is what the total passage is about. And in this, let us go to the questions. Yes, after two possible ways that the survey mentioned in paragraph 1 could be beneficial, answer in about 40 words. Yeah, here in what way it is going to be the beneficial for the society based on this survey means, yes, the travel agencies, the travel corporations can plan according to the needs and necessities of the people who are traveling. Based on their needs and expectations, those people can plan the facilities. Okay, that is what. Let us go to this answer key based on our Cbse board. Yes. Second, case based factual passage. Yes, some possible ways, any two you can write here. There are many points given. Help travel companies to tailor their services to meet the preferences and expectations of young adult travelers, leading to increased customer satisfaction and loyalty. I told you already, right? Provide insights for the development of new travel packages and itineraries that cater to the specific needs and interests of young adult travelers. Yeah, however, finally we can conclude that based on the preferences of solo and group travelers, the travel agencies can plan everything perfectly. So that is what enable the tourism industry to better understand the changing conditions. Okay, here it is. Preferences and behaviors of young adults travelers, which can inform future marketing and promotional strategies. So based on this survey, all these can be possible, right? Let's go. Please, once you go through these points, if you need, okay, pause your video and you can go through these points once. Yeah, let us go back to the question paper, right? And here, which travel choice point of the survey would influence tour operators to incorporate group dinners, social events, and shared accommodations in their itinerary? So, which travel choice point of the survey would influence tour operators? So, here the options: freedom to customize itinerary, luxury and comfort, security and safety, desire for making new friends. See, it is desire for making new friends. Let us go to this. Yes, the option is desire for making new friends. Okay, so what is the purpose of arranging all these things like okay, social events, dinners, shared accommodations? Why? It is the desire for making new friends. Yes, let us go to the third question. What do the top choices in the survey for traveling solo and in a group suggest about young adults? What do the top choices, right, for traveling solo and in group suggest about young adults? What is the top choices? Mainly to make new friends, and then to find out the new cultures. This is what. Yes, let us go to the answer. The top choices in the survey for traveling solo and in a group suggest that young adult travelers value independence and freedom when traveling alone, and when traveling in a group, they value socializing and making new friends. These are the top choices of the travelers, both solo and group travelers. Let us go to the next fourth question. Identify the solo traveler from the following three travelers. Here, three travelers are given and their motto is also given. So, based on their preferences, you can imagine, is he a solo traveler or a group traveler? See here, I don't want to keep hunting for a rickshaws or taxis. A pre-booked vehicle is perfect. Pre-booked, pre-planned means group. Remember this. Based on this statement, you can understand that it is a group travel. Remember this. That means he is not a solo. Reshma is not a solo traveler. Next, Nawaz. I am happy sharing a room in a hostel. I don't need hotel accommodation. Hotel accommodation is somewhat luxury. Hostel means shared or somewhat cheap cost, that is budget friendly. So most probably Nawaz is the answer, because happy to share a room in a hostel rather than hotel accommodation. That means he is not expecting any comfort or luxury. So Deepak will see. I am not worried about my well-being even while exploring remote areas. So he is not worried about his well-being means he had some people with him. Okay, even while exploring remote areas. That means he is accompanied by some people. That's why there is no worry. So Nawaz is the solo traveler. That is the answer. Fifth question. Which of the following is an example of an opportunity for self-discovery as mentioned in the paragraph 2? Which of the following is an example of an opportunity for self-discovery as mentioned in paragraph 2? Which of the following? Trying new cuisines, hiring a tour guide, purchasing local artifacts, advance booking travel tickets. What can be the correct answer, please? Trying new cuisine. Trying new cuisines, okay? Hiring a tour guide and purchasing local artifacts, advance booking. Let us go to the answer key, my dear students. Here, yes, trying new cuisine. See, this is the correct pronunciation. Correct pronunciation of this cuisine. It is not some other pronunciation. Trying new cuisine means, so here he had given the explanation. It allows an individual to explore new flavors and ingredients that they may not have been exposed to before, thus helping them discover more about themselves by way of likes and dislikes. That is what the main answer. And next, let us go to the question paper. Sixth one, how might the differences in budget priorities between solo and group travelers impact the type of accommodations and activities offered by the travel industry in India? So definitely solo travelers prefer some budget friendly and they won't expect any comfort, but here group travelers, in terms of accommodation, they get somewhat comfort. Okay, definitely. That let us go through the answer. Right here, yes. To cater to budget conscious solo travelers, the industry may need to provide more affordable accommodation options. Affordable accommodations. See, my dear, affordable accommodations must be provided for the solo travelers. Options such as hostels and budget hotels. Okay. And for group travelers, the industry may need to focus on offering more luxury accommodations and experiences that cater to their desires for comfort and convenience. That is what the sixth question answer. Next, go to the seventh question. Complete the sentence appropriately. Increase in the percentage of both solo and group travelers who are interested in exploring new cultures and trying new experiences may be due to what? You see, the answer for this question is, okay, a shared desire for adventure, a willingness to step outside of their comfort zones, the fact that the young adults in India are becoming more interested in cultural exchange and global understanding. Yes, anyone you can write. It is a shared desire for adventure. People are really very much excited to go to different places and watch them, enjoy them. They want to have adventures. That is one meaning. And then willingness to step outside from their comfort zones. They don't want to be at one place, so they want to come out of their comfort zones and have fun. In fact, that the young adults in the country, they are becoming really interested in cultural exchange and global understanding. That's why people are trying to come out of their houses and preferring to travel. True or false? The title, Wanderlust, the solo travel trend among young adults in India, is appropriate for the passage. Do you believe this wanderlust, the solo traveler trend among young adults in India, is appropriate for the passage? What do you say? Let us see. Here, false, because the passage is mentioning both that the passage is not about solo travel trend but more of solo versus group travel debate among young adults in India. Yeah, there ends section A. My dear students, we'll go to the section C, literature. It is based on textbook that is Flamingo and supplementary reader Vistas. It is for 40 marks. And now the first part is, read the given extract and answer the questions for any one of the two given. Here two extracts are given from poetry. The first one, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. All lovely tales that we have heard are read, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring onto us from heaven's brink. This poetry extract is from A Thing of Beauty, which was written by John Keats, okay, a famous romantic poet. And here are the questions. Which of the following themes is best represented in the given extract? The beauty of the nature. See, here you have to think only about the particular extract, not the total poem. Only the question is in the given extract. The given extract. So you have to go with that particular extract only. Which of the following themes is best represented in the given extract? The beauty of the nature, the power of imagination, the immortality of art and literature, the inevitability of death. So here the immortality of art and literature is the correct answer. Okay. In this particular poem, he is not explaining any beauty of the nature, the power of imagination. Okay, it's not that, but it is the immortality of art and literature. Yes, we have the grandeur of the dooms. How do we know the grandeur of the dooms? Because of the writings of the people, that is literature, and we have read or heard. So how do we read? Because of the literature only we read. So here it is the right answer. And next, going back to the second question, state whether the given statement is true or false, whether with the reference to the extract. By referring to the dead as mighty, the poet emphasizes their importance and the power they exerted on the people. So it is actually false. It is not the power they have exerted on the people, but they might give some kind of inspiration when we read the stories of the mighty dead. That's it. And false is the right answer. It is actually marking scheme, that is key also is given. That is what you see here in the answer key. This is what, okay, the answer. And C is the right answer, first one, for the first one. Next one I told you already is false. So here explanation also is given why it is false. The dead are referred to as mighty in the poem because they have achieved greatness in their lifetime. They may have contributed to society in significant way or achieved great things in their respective fields. They might have, remember this, they might have achieved, okay, but it is not about the power they exerted on the people by by referring to them as mighty. The poet emphasizes their importance and the positive impact of influence they have had on the world. That's it. It is not the power they exerted over the people. They don't have any power over the people. That is what the meaning of that second bit. And the third bit is complete the sentence appropriately. So the endless fountain of immortal drink is an apt analogy for the tales of the mighty dead, because endless fountain of immortal drink. Here the beauty has been compared to endless fountain of immortal drink, and not only the tales of mighty dead. So all these are because there is no end for the beautiful things, there is no end for the stories of the mighty people. That is what here we'll see the answer. Just as a fountain constantly pours forth water, the tales of the mighty dead pour forth endless inspiration and wisdom for the living. The term immortal drink suggests that the stories are never ending and that they have the power to nourish and sustain us in much the same way that water does. So how a water comes out of the fountain continuously, the same way here the stories of mighty dead always come out. When you go through the Google or the internet, definitely you will be able to get more and more stories. Like so many people I have gone through recently, one Rajput lady, uh, who had killed herself for the sake of uh, kingdom. Not only that, Spartacus, some slave who had fought against the people and had become great. And okay, so many people are there. Okay, and the fourth question: the use of the word "brink" in the extract suggests that the immortality that is being poured out onto us is the verge of overflowing. This creates a wonderful image of what? What image? Here it creates abundance. Wonderful image of abundance. Here, abundance means here more. Okay, vast in number or in quantity. The use of the word "brink" in the poem suggests that the immortality that is being poured onto us is one the verge of overflowing. This power image suggests that the beauty and grandeur of the dooms are so great that they are overflowing from heaven. This image is actually this image of abundance reinforces the idea that the beauty and grandeur of the dooms are endless and there is an infinite supply of it. I told you already, there is no end for the beauty. It is full, so abundant. It is available and it comes out of the heaven's brink like a fountain. There is no end for the things like that. And the fifth, okay, let us see. Based on the poem rhyme scheme evident in lines 2 and 5 of the given extract, which word would rhyme with line 1? Line 1, okay, dooms. Actually, line 1, actually what is there in the line 1? You see, this is what? Dooms. Okay, dooms. In the given words, actually, you see this. Yes, said, think, tombs. So tombs is the right answer. So rhyming, just rhyming word, very simple. Okay. Next, select the option that is not true about the lack of punctuation at the end of line 1 in the extract. In the extract, after line 1, actually I will show you here. Once I'll you see this. When you see this, actually there is no punctuation in this all lines. Some you can see some semicolons or commas or okay, full stops, but at the end of this first line there is no any punctuation mark. Why? That is what. So you have to select one reason which is not the correct one. It creates, you see here, there are 4 options. Creates a sense of continuity and flowing that connects the line with the second line. Encourages the reader to continue reading seamlessly without any pause. Creates a sense of anticipation and expectation for the reader. Encourages a revisit to the ideas in the preceding lines. So what can we here? The question is, select the option that is not true. Here you have to understand this. Not true about the lack of punctuation at the end of line 1. So that means 3 are correct, 1 is wrong. That wrong one you have to select. So as per that, see D, creates a sense of anticipation and expectation for the reader. So this is the wrong one. All the others right actually. That means you see, it creates a sense of continuity and flow. So when there is no comma, you will directly go into the second line because of no commas or no full stops, any other things. It creates a flow and encourages the reader to continue reading seamlessly without any pause. That is also correct. Creates a sense of anticipation and expectation for the reader and encouraging a revisit to the ideas in the preceding lines. So actually D had given, option is C here. Okay. Okay, next. We'll go to the second paragraph or the stanza which is given there. I looked again at her wan, pale as a late winter's moon. This is actually My Mother at 66, written by Kamala Das. My Mother at 66. Okay, I looked again at her wan, pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. So this is actually a poem written by Kamala Das, My Mother at 66. And here there are so many literary devices are used. That is winter's moon, like as a late winter's moon is a simile, and familiar, my childhood's fear, see you soon, Amma, alliteration, sa sound is repeated, and all I did was smile and smile and smile. Here it is repetition, and all I said, all I did. This is anaphora. All I, the same phrase is repeated. This is anaphora. So all these are the literary devices used in this particular poem. Okay, and what is the theme? What are the questions asked here? Let us go to it. What is the speaker's emotional state when looking at her mother? Confused? No, she is very clear. Nostalgia? No, it is not nostalgia. And empathetic and understanding? Fearful and apprehensive? Yes, fearful and apprehensive is the right answer. It is not empathetic. Empathetic means to be able to understand one's problem and all. Here it is not understanding, it is fear. The main theme of our poem is fear of losing someone. Here, fear of losing her mother. Right? Let's go to the next question. Second question. That is, what does the use of the word but at the beginning of the line, but all I said, suggest? Select the word. Here, what does the word but refers to? But in the sense, but all I said was, see you soon, Amma. Here, but means there is, when we use but generally, when there is a contradictory view, okay, when the ideas are contradicting, this is good, but you say that but is a bit bitter. So here but means, but all I said means, she said, see you soon, Amma, but inside she had the concern towards her mother. That is what the difference between using the straight sentence and the conjunction but. Next. Sorry. Select the word that will not complete the sentence appropriately. Sentence appropriately, that will not. The questions asked differently. Students will not. Generally, select the answer which is appropriate. Generally, like these questions are asked. But here it is will not, means 3 are right, 1 is wrong. The description of the mother as wan, pale as a late winter's moon creates a vivid image of what? Here 3 are right. Vulnerability, sensibility, frailty and mortality. Yes, vulnerability means here, yes, something is bad is going to happen or something like that. Yes, this is explaining. And frailty means weakness. Mortality means death. Yes, she had explained all these things. But here, sensitivity is not the word which is explained in this particular lines. Remember this. Next. State whether the given statement is true or false. The poetic devices used in the line, pale as a late winter's moon, it is simile, is the same as the one used in the line, the winter wind wistfully wailed at night. This is wrong. Actually, there is no simile here. There is no comparison. The winter wind wistfully wailed at night. That's it. There is no comparison. So it is false. Fourth bit is false. Our answer is false. And next, when we go to the fifth bit, what message do these lines highlight in the context of familial relationships and the speaker's sense of anxiety and fear at the prospect of losing her mother? Here, especially, in what way we have to respect our family relations, and how do we take care of them. This is what the answer you must write. Let us go to the answer key here because it is descriptive. So it suggests, the poem highlights the importance of cherishing and apprehensive. This is what, actually, remember this. The poem highlights the importance of cherishing and appreciating the people who love while we still can. So when you are able to do, you have to do it, right? Quality time, life is transient and similar. Quality time and life both cannot be reversed. Remember this. So they are almost similar, so that we have to value time and life and relationships. That's what the meaning of the fifth question. And the sixth question, here it is, complete the sentence appropriately. Here it is given. The repetition of the word smile suggests that, yes, the repetition of the word smile is smile and smile and smile. It is actually repetition. Why she smiled? She wanted to hide her emotion, and she did not want to trouble her mother by showing her pain. Okay, so already her mother had become very old, and she did not like the idea to trouble her by showing her pain or agony here. That is what the main theme suggests, that she did not want to trouble her mother by showing her pain, by showing her concern. That's the answer. Yes. Let us go to the second extract. That means prose extract. Mainly it is from Vistas. The next column, 8th bit, is from Vistas. The climate change is one of the most hotly contested environmental debates of our time. So, will the west wind, there are many questions. Will the West Antarctica ice sheet melt entirely? Will the Gulf Stream ocean current be disrupted? Will it be the end of the world as we know it? Maybe, may not be, or maybe not. So there are many questions about environmental changes, okay? And Gulf Stream ice, or okay, West Antarctica's ice sheet melt entirely. Gulf Stream ocean current be disrupted. These are the questions. Okay, Antarctica is a crucial element in this debate. Generally, whenever you speak about an environment, the first point we get into our mind is Antarctica, because there are two reasons. It is completely pristine. Here I will tell you, relatively pristine because it is not sustained by any people. Okay, not that one reason, and more importantly because it holds in its ice covers 500,000-year-old carbon records. Carbon records give us the important details about the past. That is what, okay, trapped in the layers of ice. That's it. So this is what the passage, it is mainly from the journey to the end of the earth. There are actually journey to the end of the earth is really metaphorical. Here one journey means here human's journey. To the end of the earth means here Antarctica. Normally saying that journey to the end of the earth means going to the Antarctica. The other meaning is that human beings journey to the destruction of earth. So the meaning has different meanings. The title has two different meanings that you have to understand. Yes. What does the absence of a human population in Antarctica make it significant in the climate change debate? How did the absence of human population in Antarctica make significant in the climate change debates? How it had been a significant aspect in climate changes Antarctica? Here is the answer. This makes it an important reference point for understanding the effects of human activities on the environment and the potential impacts of climate change. See, with the intervention of human beings on the earth, he had damaged almost, but there is no intervention of human beings in Antarctica, so it is remaining pristine. So that makes the difference. Okay. And the second question will go to the question paper is, why is climate change described as a hotly contested issue in the extract provided? Why it is a hotly contested issue? This is so because yes, the answer is here. They're just like, there are differing views. There are differing views on the causes and implications of climate change. Yes, there are differing views. So many people are saying different things. That is why there is a strong debate. See, debate means when there are difference. That means when there are two people who oppose the ideas, there will be a debate. So otherwise there is no debate. If everyone is with the same idea or a single idea, there is no debate. That's what. So that is the answer. And then the third question we go to is, options are also given. Yes, third question will go. Here, the analogy of time machine is an appropriate analogy for the role of carbon records in the study of climate change, because yes, the analogy of time machine and carbon records in Antarctica almost same, because through time machine we can know what happened in the past, and at the same time through carbons we can know how the atmosphere remained in the past. The analogy is appropriate. I agree to that. Next, the fourth bit. Give one reason why the writing style of the extract can be called factual and informative. Yes, because he had straight away had given the explanation without any hesitation. He had described, explained straight away without any hesitation or any hidings. Let us go to the answer key also. So what he had given here, let me tell you. Yes, anyone, because the writer presents information in a straightforward and objective manner. Yes, directly had given, because the writer applies a third person point of view and avoids the use of personal opinion or emotional language. There is no emotion. So when you are involved with emotion, you can't speak facts. That's why he had, there is no, and it is not personal even, because the writer uses a logical structure to present their arguments, to present his arguments actually. Okay. And next we'll go to the next bit, prose. Yeah, in vistas there is choice, right? We have this. In other words, the king tiger is dead. The manner of his death is a matter of extraordinary interest. It can be revealed only at the end of the tale. The most fantastic, you have to understand, the most fantastic aspect of his demise means death. So death is not actually described as fantastic, but here the people had explained fantastic because that is necessary for this story. Was demise was that as soon as he was born, astrologers had foretold that one day the Tiger King would actually have to die. The child will grow up to become the warrior of warriors, hero of heroes, champion of champions. But here, hero of heroes, warrior of warriors, champion of champions, this is all actually praising. Okay, praising heroism or heroic qualities. Characters are praised here. And but, I told you already, but is a bit bitter. Okay, they bit their lips and swallowed hard when compelled to continue. Swallowed hard means here, why they swallowed hard? There was some unease to express their feelings. Yes, to continue. The astrologers came out with it. This is a secret which should not be revealed at all. And yet, we are forced to speak out. The child born under this star will one day have to meet its death. Meet its death means the child who was born in this star. Bull, he was born in the hour of bull, and bull and tiger are enemies. We have discussed already in the lessons. Okay, that's it. Let's go to the questions here. Complete the sentence appropriately. Sorry. The author's purpose in using foreshadowing is to. Foreshadowing means giving a hint in the beginning itself. Giving a hint in the beginning itself. Here, the writer had given a hint. This man would become hero of the hero or warrior of the warriors, but one day he will have to die. This is a hint. So, there the attention of the readers is more when you give a hint. For what? How he will be killed. What might be the reason behind his death. So, like these kind of suspension. That is why the writer had used foreshadowing. Foreshadowing means giving an indication. Yes, why did he use this? To create interest among the readers, okay, to raise their attention. Okay, like that's what. Next, second bit. In the given extract, what emotion were the astrologers feeling when they bit their lips and swallowed hard? What's the emotion? Humiliation? No. Disbelief? No. Grief? No. It is unease. Because of unease, already I told you while discussing. Yes, unease is the answer. Next, when going to third bit, which trait are the astrologers lauding when they say warrior of warriors, hero of heroes, champion of champions? Which trait are the astrologers lauding or means praising when they say? Means his heroic character, his strength, his powerful character is highlighted, praised. Which trait? Trait means here feature. So lauding means here praising. Okay. Heroic character. How is the line the most fantastic aspect of his demise? An example of contrast. Yes, I told you. The most fantastic aspect of his demise. Fantastic is used with somewhat different concept. Okay, it is contrasting to death. You shouldn't use this fantastic. When you do something great, wonderful thing, wow, what a fantastic task. What a fantastic achievement. Like that we say. But demise is not, what a pity. Like that we have to say. But here fantastic is said. Okay, that is the contrast. You had to explain it. Why it is used. What is the contrast means? Fantastic is used generally with the positive aspects, but demise is a negative aspect, even though it is apt here because the writer, the Tiger King, had mercilessly killed so many tigers just for the sake of his challenge and pleasure. There ends supplementary vistas. And next we'll go to prose flamingo. Okay, prose lessons from Fleming. Usually when school began, there was this is actually from the last lesson. The last lesson which was written by our writer Alphonse Daudet. Okay, it is actually a French writer. It is because of some war and its consequences, Franco-Prussian War. Okay. Yes, usually when school began, there was a great bustle. Bustle means here noise, which could be heard out in the street. The opening and closing of desks, lessons repeated in unison, very loud with our hands over our ears to understand better, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table. But now it was all so still. I had counted on the commotion. Commotion means again noise, chaos, confusion. To get to my desk without being seen. Without being seen, actually you wanted to enter into the house, that means class, without being seen. He counted on commotion, that means there is some noise. In the noise I will enter just like how I do in the previous times. So that is what he expected without being seen. But of course, that day everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. As quiet as Sunday morning. It was almost like Sunday morning. Through the window, I saw my classmates already in their places. His classmates were already there. So here his excitement had grown more. Oh my God, all my friends were there. like that. And M. Hamel walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arms. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. So you can imagine how blushed and how frightened I was. How frightened I was. You see, that is what he was, blushed and frightened. And here, this is from last lesson written by Alphonse Dad. Yes. And the first question, list any two sensory details present in the, yes, this type of terms are very different, my dear students. Sensory motors. Sensory things means here, we get the things through our senses, maybe through eyes, maybe through ears. Remember this, especially here in this particular things. Mention any sensory details, sensory, sense, okay, that is lessons repeating in unison, okay, sound, putting our very loud with our hands over our ears to understand better. All these are the sensory elements. Okay, next let us go to this answer also. You will see there clearly more. It creates a sense of, yes, this is what the sounds of the opening and closing of sounds, desks, the loud lessons repeated in unison, the teacher's ruling or the ruler rapping on the table. This is what actually sensory elements. Okay, I think you understand. Sensory means the things which we get through our senses. There are different terms used in this literature. You have to understand sensory things, cognitive development. We'll go through it. Next, complete the sentence appropriately. The phrase as quiet as Sunday morning suggests that. As quiet as Sunday morning suggests that means actually every day the school seemed very confusing or some noisy, but on that particular day there was no noise and there was no any kind of confusion. That is why it was like Sunday morning. Okay, there ends. That's enough for second, third bit. Fourth bit, here it is. Pick evidence from the extract that helps one infer that this was not the protagonist. Protagonist means the main character or the leading character in the story. Generally in our cinematic language, hero. Okay, protagonist first time being late to school. Pick evidence from this extract that helps one infer that this was not the protagonist first. This was not the first one. Previously also he had come late and he had entered the class without being seen by anyone. How do you know that? He had mentioned there. So I counted on the commotion. Okay, I counted on the commotion to enter the school without being seen. Means these kind of things were done previously also. That is what the sentence or the evidence. What does the term terrible iron ruler include or indicate about M. Hamel? Terrible ruler, what does it indicate? It indicates his strictness or sincerity or severity. Okay. Which of the following headlines best suggests the central idea of the extract? Central idea of the extract here. Which of the following headlines best suggests the central idea of? So the fears of the latecomers? No, it is not the fear of the latecomer. The importance of punctuality. Here it is mostly it is telling something about importance of punctuality. It is not the rigidity of the school timings or the systems. It is not the anxiety of a young student. Here it is the main idea of this particular passage is the importance of punctuality. There ends the first one from this Flamingo prose. Here it is the choice bit. Unaware of what his name represents, he roams the streets with his friends, an army of barefoot boys who appear like the morning birds, actually simile, and disappear at noon. Over the months, I have come to recognize each of them. Over the months, she had observed them. Who? Here she means Anish Jung, the writer of Lost Spring. So this lesson actually stories of stolen childhood. From that book, it has been extracted. Then she asked, "Why aren't you wearing chappals?" I asked one. "My mother did not bring them down from the shelf." He answers simply. "Even if she did, he will throw them off," adds the another one, who is wearing shoes that do not match. That do not match. They are not matching. One shoe red color, one shoe green color. Like that. When I commented on it, okay, she commented on it. He shuffles his feet and says nothing. "I want shoes," says a third boy who has never owned a pair all his life. Traveling across the country, I have seen children walking barefoot. She had traveled across the country to make a documentary about childhood. That is what her book, The Stories of Stolen Childhood. In cities, on village roads, okay, on village roads, it is not lack of money, but a tradition to stay barefoot is one explanation. Is one explanation. It is not the clear explanation. It is not the straight away point. Is one explanation. That means, okay. Lost Spring. What is the writer? Let us go to the question. What is the writer's purpose? What is the writer's purpose in allowing the boys to speak for themselves via dialogue as opposed to only a writer's commentary? So instead of the writer writing her own views and asking them, here she had added the boys' dialogues also in the question. Why? So what is the purpose? Means to give first-hand information, to add the book some realistic factual information. That is what the main concept. The line, "It is not lack of money but a tradition to stay barefoot," can be best classified as a fact. It is not fact, actually it is her opinion, an opinion. It is not the theme, it is not the plot point, only the opinion. Remember this. And here the third bit in this is explain any one possible inference that can be drawn from the line. An army of barefoot boys who appear like the morning birds and disappear at noon. So explain any one possible influence that can be drawn from the line. An army of barefoot boys who appear like the morning birds and disappear at noon. Here, boys indicate energy, strength, happiness, joy, freedom. To say that she had used the idea of the army of barefoot boys, and here barefoot indicates that they are really from marginalized families. So I'll give you the answers from our answer key, so that there are many answers given. Why I am showing you answer key also? At least there will be some impression in your mind when you see the straight answer here. That is the thing here. Right. The boys are barefooted. The boys are barefoot, which suggests that they may come from poor or marginalized backgrounds and do not have access to proper footwear. The phrase "an army of barefoot boys" implies that the boys are really the boys are unified group, and that they have a sense of solidarity and shared identity. Solidarity means here some kind of unity here, okay. And coming to this, there are so many reasons. The comparison to morning birds suggests that the boys are lively and energetic, and that, okay, move around quickly and unpredictably. The fact that the boys disappear at noon suggests that their time is limited or constrained in some way, and that they may need to return to their homes or other responsibility. So there are many reasons given like this. And next we'll go to the next question. Fourth, identify the line from the text that bears evidence to the fact that the writer's association with the boys is not a recent one. Means the writer's association is not the recent one, means observing them for months. Here in the passage I will show you here. Over the months I have come to know them. Okay, this is what the evidence of this question. Okay, identify the line from the textbook. Identify the line from the textbook that bears evidence. Okay, there ends. Fifth question, based on the context provided in the extract, select the most likely comment that the writer would have made based on the boy's reaction to the mismatched shoes. So what might be here? She said, when I commented, I'll show you the passage. When I commented it, he shuffles his feet, but she did not mention what comment she made. Okay, what comment she made was not mentioned. What might be the comment that she made? Let us see here. Okay, based on that, the option A, you see, this is what the question, and here, why are your shoes mismatched? That might be the comment. That's not a good look. No, she doesn't say such kind of harsh words. That's not a good look. She doesn't say that. However, he was a poor boy. He was wearing some shoes. For that, she might felt very much happy. Don't worry about your shoes. You can wear a matching pair later. Might be this? No. I like your shoes. What matters is that they protect your feet. Might be this one, because she is positive towards the boys. Okay, yes, this is the right answer for that. What might be the comment she made is, the comment is this: I like your shoes. What matters is that they protect your feet. Next, complete the sentence with one word. Sixth bit, the phrase he answers simply suggests that the boy's response to the writer's question about why he wasn't wearing chappals was. Complete the sentence with one word. The phrase he answers simply suggests that the boy's response to the writer's question about why he wasn't wearing chappals was. What might be the answer? We'll go to the answer key here. Right. It is straightforward and uncomplicated, or direct and clear is the right answer. Okay, sometimes students, you may feel that, oh my god, I have to write the same answer. No, it is not like that. Answers vary, so each one's perception is different, so that they can write a different answer which is related to that, something matching to the question. No need to think as they think, as the evaluators think. No need to write the exact word what they had given in the marking scheme. It is not necessary, so that there might be some slight change. Yes, so passages we have completed, students. Now we'll come to the questions here. What can be inferred? This is from Flamingo. These questions are from Flamingo. Remember this, main course book. What can be inferred from Rajendra Prasad's recorded upshot of the lawyer's consultation at Motihari? What can be inferred from Rajendra Prasad's recorded upshot? Actually, Rajendra Prasad met all these people with Gandhi. Rajendra Prasad and other lawyers met Gandhi at one place, and there Gandhi asked them, what if I am arrested? If I were arrested, what would you do? Then they said, what would we do, sir? We will desert the camp and we leave. Like that they said. Then Rajendra Prasad had given them some lesson like, see, Gandhi belongs to Gujarat state, but he had come here and fought for the sake of our peasants, and he is ready to go to the jail. Being the locals or the localites of Bihar, they are saying to desert the camp. It is shame on our part. It's not good. Like that, he had motivated the other lawyers. That's why it is It can be inferred from Rajan Prasad's recorded upshot. Okay, there ends. Next, the second question in this is Douglas. Douglas means deep water. William Orwell Douglas. Douglas uses sensory details to create vivid sensory details. I told you in the previous question also it came sensory details to create a vivid image of the unfortunate experience in the pool. What might be the impact on the reader if the narrations were more informative than sensory? See, if the information is more direct straight away without giving any details or without saying anything, what happens, if directly you are giving information without any examples or any sensory details or any kind of comic incidents, people cannot understand the information. That is why, to give beauty to his explanation, he used sensory details here. What sensory details had been used? When he had gone into the water, he had seen yellow tinge, and there he tried to catch ropes and all, but he could not catch. And Gilbert Peak echoed when I said I conquered the fear. So he had used all the sensory details. Okay, when he was in the middle of that warm lake, when the terror came, he uttered, "Hey, terror, what can you do?" Something like that. He terrified it through his words. All these are the sensory details. What does the next coming to why he had used, to create interest. Okay, why means to create interest among the readers, not to get bored of the reading used. Next, third bit, how does the setting of the remote forest location in the Rat Trap contribute to the overall tone and mood of the story? The Rat Trap, the setting of the Rat Trap is almost around the forest, because forest is the symbol of loneliness, dangerous things, okay, and all. Here also the rat trap seller is also lonely, and here in the forest the roots are twisty. Here also the life of rat trap seller is also twisty. So there are many contrasts. That's why he had used the setting, the rat trap, that means the setting forest in the lesson, the rat trap. Okay, that is what the thing you have to analyze like this. How might the message of the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers be different in the following last 4 lines were omitted? If the following 4 lines were omitted, it would be more and more pathetic. Okay, so when aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing pride and unafraid. Here you can imagine that if these lines are missing, the above lines are almost like, see, she is unable to flutter, her fingers flutter through to pull out the ivory needle through the wool, and her uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. So those are really some kind of giving some kind of sad feelings when you read that. If these third 4 lines are missing, the poem ends with the sad ending. At least here she died, and her tigers in the panel she made were going prancing proud and unafraid. At least on seeing this artistic thing, people will feel somewhat relaxed. Okay, and this is the power of art. Okay, can we go to the answer key? Let us. Yes, question answers. See here the content. A full credit for appropriate inclusion of all content asked for, and partial credit half for relevant but incomplete content. Okay. Next, expression. Full credit for effective organization of ideas. Partial credit half for some semblance of organization of ideas. Deduct half mark from the overall. Here it is some related answer which has some logicality and some relevance. That those can be given. It doesn't mean that the same answers you have to give whatever is given in the marking scheme. It is individual's perception and the presentation differs. That's what you have to understand, students. Yeah. Next, Saru says, okay. Let us see here. Question. Okay, first, second, third question, fourth question we have to discuss. So, the tigers, let us see that answer, fourth answer. Right. If the last four lines were omitted, here every time with if were is used. Remember this, because it is imaginary. When it is imaginary, we have to use but. If I were you, I would not, like that. Yes, if the last four lines were omitted, the poem would have a more somber tone, and without the image of the tigers continuing to prance, the poem would end on a note of despair. I told you already, some sadness. Despair means here hopelessness. With Aunt Jennifer's hands still ringed with the ordeals she was mastered by, the message of the poem would refer to the oppression and suffering of women without any hope for liberation. So, if the poem ends with only two stanzas, there gives the meaning that the oppression and suffering of women without any hope or liberation. At least the death had liberated her from her sufferings, and at the same time, the art that she had embroidered is something somewhat very ferocious, and on seeing that there is no end for literature also, even in that particular lesson, a thing of beauty, you can understand. Yes, coming to the fifth question, Umberto Eco, that means interview. Umberto Eco, with reference to the name of the rose, says that I think if I had written the name of the rose 10 years earlier or 10 years later, it wouldn't have been the same. What could he have meant? Yes, in the lesson, when the reporter asked the question, Mukund Padmanabhan asked the question, sir, what might be the reason for your success of this book, The Name of the Rose? Do you think it is because of the present trend or the thing? Then he said, I don't know really the secret of success of this book, because you can understand, the American publisher told only, no sir, we can't give any advance for this, only 3,000 copies will be sold, we don't know about its successful like that. But there so many millions of copies were, 3 million copies were sold there. And what could he have means here, time changes the mindsets of the people, and there is no idea what happens the next day. Okay, people's mindset and the interests have been changing time to time. That is the meaning of this particular book, sentence, or the situation. Next, sixth bit. What does the story of Subbu's success in the film industry reveal about the importance of loyalty, creativity, and versatility in his field? Yes. What does the story of Subbu's success? Here is it. The first thing for any success is loyalty to his company or to his master. Okay, the first one. So the person who is with loyalty will be successful forever. And next, with that, he had added advantages like creativity. A tiger was killed by a rat under the water, and the rat takes pity on its cubs. So this is the scene actually in the lesson. If you go through it, you will understand from Pies and Pancakes. There, when the director says it is not good, he will come up with different ideas within no time. So that's what his creativity and versatility. Versatility means he can concentrate on filmmaking, he can concentrate on the people, he can concentrate on production, everything. So such people can can be successful. Okay, loyalty is the one best quality, creativity is the other quality, and versatility is the best quality from him. Okay, he is versatile genius. There ends the questions from Flamingo, and the next questions are from actually Vistas. Three questions. Okay, three questions will be given. Two you have to answer. 2 into 2, 4 marks. How can we say that the Vadai packet incident reveals that the writer lacked the cognitive and emotional maturity? Right here, cognitive means here intellectuality. Okay, here Vadai packet, on seeing that Vadai packet, the writer Bama really felt what she did not feel anything like untouchability or any other things require. Okay, I'll read the question once again. How can we say that the Vadai packet incident reveals that the writer lacked the cognitive and emotional maturity required to understand the important implications of untouchability? Here, that means when she had seen that Vadai packet, an elderly man of her community carrying the Vadai packet with the help of the string, just the thread, she had seen that incident and she was laughing, and the same was informed to her brother, but their brother had informed her about that incident. Is not the funny thing, it's untouchability. So in this manner, by this situation you can understand that the cognitive and emotional maturity required for that age is not fully developed at that age. Okay, we can say, how can we say that the Vadai packet reveals? Yeah, that means on seeing her she had laughed, but she did not feel that the sense of untouchability. This says that cognitive development will not be developed at that age. It is, I think she was at third class or around that. Okay, that is just 9 years age. She cannot understand the society completely. Then she knew only that linguistic development will be there, but not the cognitive development. And she can learn the general things, but not the societal things, the traditions and all. Yes. What does the play on the face of it suggest about the importance of empathy in overcoming prejudice and stereotypes? Here, stereotypes means monotonous. The person every time thinking the same manner is wrong. Okay. Here, what does the play on the face of it suggest about the importance of empathy in overcoming prejudice and stereotype? Empathy means here to be able to understand the other's sufferings. Here, in this lesson, we have two characters, Lamb and Derry. Okay, on the face of it, actually, both of them had some physically handicapped. They are physically handicapped, some defect actually we say. So Lamb had broken his leg, and Derry, his half of his face was burnt. But here the difference is they should understand each other. And first, here Derry was a depressed boy who thought that my life is gone, there is nothing good of me, something like that he thought. But when he met this Lamb was, even though Lamb was a lame man, he had the understanding about his life. At the same time, he changed the mindset of Derry. That is why empathy is required. He understood the condition of Derry and he changed him to come out of his prejudice. Prejudice means your hatred. That hatred might be towards the others, towards himself. Here he hated his life. Derry hated his life because his half of his face was burnt. At one point he told that only my mother likes my face, even though she kisses me on the other hand of my face, but not on the burnt side. So there, in this way, he hated his personality. So their empathy is required to understand each other and to remove all these prejudices and stereotypes of next. Third bit, answer the question in context of the following lines from the enemy. So answer the questions in the context of the following lines from the enemy. I think you know enemy. a very interesting story. Here comes patriotism versus professionalism. So Hannah, the wife of our doctor, okay, said out. Here, Hannah also some kind of human, that means being human, we say, right? Humanitarian person. Yes, stupid Yumi. Yumi is the servant of, okay, baby sitter or the caretaker, servant of this family, Hannah or Sadao. She muttered fiercely, "Is this anything but a man? And a wounded, helpless man." In the conviction of her own superiority, she bent impulsively and untied the knotted rugs that kept the white man covered. Here, the white man was in helpless condition and he was about to die, but Sadao had brought him inside and he wanted to do the operation. Before doing the operation, he wanted to clean him. When Hannah, the wife of Sadao, called Yumi, Yumi did not agree to wash him because she hated. Not only she, every Japanese, okay, every Japan citizen hated these Americans, the white men. That is why Yumi said, "No, I don't clean. He's a white man." But Yumi had told that, "What is it? He's a man, after all, that's a helpless man, whether he is an American or Germany or the American or the Japanese people or any other people, Indonesian or Indian, whatever it is, he's a man. First we have to show some humanity." That is what her feeling here. Explain the superiority Hannah is convinced about. Here it is, she is convinced about humanity but not the hatred. Okay, even though she hated, her country hated all the Americans, here they can save the life of a person as a human being, so that they helped. And that's why she hated Yumi, and she was telling herself, "What is this here? This is just a human being, not the any other object or anything. He is a helpless man. Why can't we save? Why can't they understand even this Yumi like that?" she said. Here she shows her humanity instead of hatred. Next, there ends the supplementary questions also, vistas questions. Here it is long answer questions. Answer any one of the following two questions in about 120 to 150 words. Yes, imagine you are Pablo Neruda, the poet of keeping quiet. Write, what advice might you offer to Robert Frost, the poet of a roadside stand, in the context of his conflicted emotions as displayed in the given lines? Yeah, a roadside stand poem actually explains the sufferings of the people, and the writer had seen them and pitied them. In the last four lines, he had a conflict. He wanted to get rid of, he wanted to give them some relief from the pains. At the same time, he was overwhelmed with emotion. In that time, he wanted to remove them from the pain. But when he is cool, he says, "I can't help owning the great relief it would be. I can't." Here, "I can't," he said. That means in the emotion, he thought that he wanted to give them a great relief, but at last he had come to a conclusion that no, it is not possible to put these people at one stroke out of their pain. No, it is highly impossible, he thought. That means decisions taken in the emotion, overwhelmed emotion, might be some anger, some frustration, some anguish, they are not correct. That's what the meaning of this. Yes, here he had given the point. Pen down your advice in the letter. Okay, pen down your advice in the letter, in the form, in a letter to Frost. It is not actually this direct formal letter, but informal letter. Yeah, you might start the passage like this. What is that? In this way you can start. Dear Robert, salutation, directly with the salutation. I recently read your poem, A Roadside Stand, and I was really moved with the way you have given your pity towards the people, but don't be so serious when you are so serious, or when you don't take any decisions when you are so serious or emotionally overwhelmed, because in the overwhelmed conditions you can't take the right decision. Like that, you have to write some points, and at the end you may end the yes, you may end this with this. You may end this. Yes. I hope this advice is helpful to you. Please let me know if there is anything else I can do to support you. Warmly, Pablo Neruda. See the connection. The writer with Pablo Neruda and the writer. Here he had used two poems. That is Keeping Quiet and this. Okay, a roadside stand. In this way also the questions are asked. Yes, the next question is the different portrayals of women in the texts. Aunt Jennifer's tigers, going places, last spring, my mother at 66. After insights into the experiences of women in society, you have been asked to address your peers and share the ways these portrayals highlight the diversity of the female experiences, the importance of understanding each individual's woman's challenges and experiences. Compose this draft with reference to any three of these prescribed texts listed above. So here Aunt Jennifer, a depressed person who was unable to come out of that, her role is different. Going places, there's Sophie, a girl, and not only Sophie but also this her mother, who was there at the sink washing dishes. That means her role is different. Last spring, some Savita and some old woman who lost her eyesight and still she wears bangles. That is, her role is different there. And my mother at 66. Here two characters like mother and Kamala Das. All their roles are different. So we have to write one draft here. You may begin this way. Good morning, everyone. So it is like a speech. As I analyzed the allotted text in the lesson, in the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, Aunt Jennifer was really oppressed after getting married. Her role is permitted to house. Like this, you can explain. In Going Places, Sophie is really a wonderful character. Here she wanted to break all the rules like being at home, and she wanted to roam here and there like an actress, like a model, like some entrepreneur or this. Last spring, Savita, a child, so had done the work of bangle making. Okay, and the other woman, an impoverished woman who lost her life only in spending in the bangle making, being born in the caste of bangle makers. Like that, you can analyze each character. Okay, and you may end this way. To conclude, I would like to say that the woman must be given some empowerment, and she must come out of her homes and she must do all the works necessary to uplift her family. Like that, you can end. There ends the long answer questions also. And here long answer questions from this vistas. In the story The Third Level by Jacques Finney, Charlie is obsessed with finding the third level. In an attempt to thrash out whether this obsession is a good quality or a harmful one, Charlie's wife expresses her thoughts in a diary entry. As Lusa, Charlie's wife, write this diary entry, support your response with reference to the story. Here a diary entry is also given. You may begin this way. Okay, diary entry first, date, day, time also you can mention, and salutation is dear diary. Like that you can begin. You can begin this way. I have been married to Charlie for a few years now, and I have always known him to be an intelligent man with an imaginative mind. However, his recent obsession with finding the third level has given really a painful thought for me. Here, why he is doing like this? Really, he is in these recent times, he is telling something like the modern world is full of war, worry, insecurity, fear, and all. I think because of this World War and World War One and World War Two, his mindset had been disturbed. Not only his mindset, here in this present day, everyone's mindset is disturbed. So, like that, you can continue as a diary writing as Lusa. Okay. Next, at the end, I want to write more and more, but my pen wants to take rest. Good night. And after that, sign as Lusa, like that. A group, a grown-up Zitkalasa, so this is memories of childhood, reflects on the incident about cutting off her long hair and is conflicted that she did not do enough to resist and surrendered easily. She also wonders if she could have tried something else to prevent the incident. As the grown-up Zitkalasa create a diary entry, again this is also a diary entry, expressing these thoughts and conclude by absolving yourself of any blame. Okay, you might begin. I find myself reflecting on an event that happened many years ago. At that time, as a child, I could not struggle, I could not fight back because those people were already my friend had suggested me they were powerful, we can't resist. So because of her words, I could not fight back as per the capacity of mine, but I could have fought more and more. If I could have fought more and more, might be they could not be able to cut my hair, this which is my tradition, which is my following every time. Like that, you can write the thoughts. Okay, memories of childhood. There ends the story, my dear children. Here it is the end of section A and section C, and section B we are going to discuss later within